What's up, YouTube, man? I am so freaking hot in this stupid down jacket. Down jacket's good for like 10 degrees. The only problem is I don't really need plus 10 degrees. Ooh, I actually need about plus 5 degrees. This is LA Prepper, and well, you know the deal. I don't have a very exciting life. Oh, ah, God, I hate to. My work jacket, kind of see the logo on it. Got a delicious. Oh Lord, I hope this is hot enough. Barely. This is LA Prepper eating a chicken burrito. Just finished another day at work. Pretty good day. Was able to focus on my own shit all day, which is somewhat rare. The butcher was chopping meat. The butcher was chopping meat as a butcher should. So, that was nice. It's nice to actually do my job at work. I have this song by Sheena Easton called 9 to 5 stuck in my head because I was watching a stupid YouTube video the other day about like songs that Cartman sings, from South Park. Like random tunes that he hums in different episodes. And one of them was 9 to 5 by Sheena Easton. And I hadn't really heard it, but it sounded like vaguely familiar. So I looked it up, and probably some song I heard when I was a kid in the radio or something, or very vaguely familiar. But it's a great song. It's a great 70s or early 80s song. Has a little bit of that 70s kind of campy vibe to it, which sort of carried over into the 80s. Actually reminds me of Come On Eileen, now that I think about it. 80s was so interesting for music, the like disco music sort of turned into electronic music, and electronic music, or at least electronic influence in music, had kind of been around, like the Who had been messing with stuff and other groups, I'm sure. But it's almost like the 80s was sort of like movie music. I don't know if that makes sense, but like music these days is fairly innocuous, but like music in the 80s was so full of life and storytelling and melody and just kind of campiness, and a real fun decade for music. Kind of weird music. Not all of it's good. Some of it's kind of one-hit wonder-ish. That's sort of common to the industry. Sorry, I'm starving. If I had to pick a decade for favorite music, it would definitely be the 70s. Not even a competition. Oh gosh, what am I? Oh. I got so many work shirts that if I live stream with my t-shirt every single day, it'd probably be easy to figure out where I work. So, but yeah, oh man, 70s, such great disco, rock and roll, soul music. I mean, like Pink Floyd, The Who, Stevie Wonder. I mean, I'm not really great at like naming 20 bands off the cuff, but '70s were a there's been a lot of great music through the decades, and now that we have the internet, it's excuse me, ridiculously easy to find music, listen to music, favorite music. But I don't even I really don't enjoy spending time. Like, I don't know how many of you have libraries of MP3s or still have CDs or still have tapes. I don't have any tapes. Maybe I have one tape or something. I don't think so, but I don't think I even have any more CDs. I really don't even have MP3s. I don't know. Maybe I have like 20 MP3s on my computer. I never really got into that stage where I was like, oh, I want to have a bajillion MP3s. By the time I got a little bit more into having music, like penned, I mean, granted, there were like 10 years of my life where I could have spent a little more time working on MP3s, but it was just never that important to me. I had a couple CDs and kind of the radio, and maybe buy an old tape at a thrift store, like 5 old tapes for a couple bucks or something, and then keep me going for another half a year. But now with Pandora and Spotify and all the billion other music providers, it's really nice. Truly. Man. Sorry, I know I need to eat more slowly, but I eat every meal as if like I'm never going to get food again, and I don't. Maybe because at work we only have 30 minutes for lunch. I mean, I suppose like at Thanksgiving dinner I might take my time, but I find that when you're eating by yourself, it's enjoyable to just kind of like take your time. I mean, I used to, like have some wine and cook a ribeye and, make some baked potatoes and like really sit down and enjoy it. But it's become not a chore, but just sort of a maintenance thing. Wow, 2 freaking cars on the side of the road. So yeah, it's something I've really been meaning to work on and just not. It's not been a priority. I still need to find a stove. If anyone has a good recommendation for a stove, I don't know if I'm going to go used or new. New stoves are like $700 or way too much money. I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess the house is worth a newer stove, but the kitchen is old and janky, so it's like it's going to be a bit of a juxtaposition to have like an $800 or $600 stove in my janky ass kitchen. I mean, it's like I just found the other day, I don't even use the lower part of my cabinets, but there's like mouse shit in all the cabinets. And I put a few mouse traps out. I haven't caught anything yet. I heard a rat or something scratching the other day, so I need to buy some rat traps at Home Depot. I was actually just at Home Depot for Christ's sake, and I totally forgot to get the rat traps. But it's getting to the point where the kitchen cabinets, at least the lower ones, are like so shitty and janky that I might just sort of tear them out, leave the sink in, or maybe take the sink out and just sort of build some like really, really ghetto plywood 2x4 cabinets. Because at least they'd be clean. At least I'd have access to everything. At least they'd be functional. 10 years of dirt on 20-year-old wallpaper. They're just so freaking nasty and gross and skeezy and mouse shit everywhere. And even if I kind of clean everything up, they're still beat up. The front of the cabinet doors are just grimy as hell. So I don't know when I'm going to redo the kitchen. I don't know how I'm going to redo the kitchen. I probably want to redo it myself, but man, given that the floor is all fucked, I don't know if I want to do anything to foundation first. Raising the house is, well, that's why I don't think about this stuff that much. It's just, I almost, like, honestly, unless I sell the house, I'd probably be better off financially just getting a tenant in there if I ever move out. And then every time I switch tenants, like just doing a little bit to the house, like a few $1,000s this year, get another tenant for a couple years, do a few more $1,000s worth of stuff. Because if I spend 20 grand on the kitchen, I mean, let's say I spend $12,000 on a new kitchen, which is not a huge amount of money. I'd have to do some of the work myself to spend only 12 grand. And let's say it gives me, I don't know, $300 extra a month rent. 3 times 12 is 48. So what? That's like 3, right? Give or take 3 years to break even on that. The other plan would be dump a bunch of cash into the house, get an appraisal, then refinance it to a much lower payment, and then I would be in a pretty good situation. So at some point in the next 5 years, I'm definitely refinancing so that I can get out of the PMI. But until then, I don't really know. Yeah, work was fine. Dealing with some personal financial shit right now, which is kind of giving me a headache. Gotta meet my realtor's CPA sometime in the next month or so, get that squared away. It'd be the first over a decade I had anyone do taxes for me, but now that I own the house and I'm making a little more money, I really gotta. This year's taxes are gonna kind of suck, but I'm gonna talk to him or her, and figure out if there's anything I can do during the year to kind of help with that. You know, it sucks when the only thing that sucks about a W-2 business is you really don't get to write anything off. You know, if I was running my own business, granted, I would have the stress of running my own business, but the tax write-offs tend to be much, much better. You know, you can write off your vehicle and maybe you have a home office and stuff like that. But when you're W-2, you know, that's why I'm trying to do the real estate thing, because you can write off the interest. So if I can write off the interest and then you can depreciate the home too, and I think the depreciation is a write-off against your gross income versus a straight tax deduction. So, or tax exemption anyways. It's like you have your income and then you want to get that down, so you reduce your income, so that becomes your AGI. And God, I hate taxes. Lord, I hate paying them, and I hate being low on water too. And I swear, I need to get a freaking electric gate, because sometimes I just want to run a short errand, but dealing with that stupid gate, a little bit annoying. So, man, these night live streams are just not grabbing views as much as I would like, but I suppose it's not too surprising given that it's pretty late for the Pacific people and it's pretty damn early for the Eastern people. And I guess I don't have any subscribers in Australia, who would be like the halfway around the world time zone. Oh. That was a nice little chicken burrito, though. Just kind of, you know, I'm 190 pounds now, which is, I should be about $1.75, would be kind of thin. So that extra 15 pounds is about 10 in my gut and 5 in my legs, give or take. So, oh, not this nonsense again. This light wants to take forever to cycle to give me a left-hand turn. So we make a little right, flip a little biatch. And we are about 2 minutes away from beer 30. I guess I could put my trash out tonight since tomorrow's trash day. So, and the recycle, although I just hate people going through my recycle. You know, it's like first world problems, but I don't have a shredder right now, so I really don't appreciate people going through my damn recycle. Not to say that most people collecting bottles and cans have any interest in my identity, but just as a matter of basic prudence. What are you doing, bro? I'm driving home. I just got off work and I'm rambling about random shit in my life because that's what I do every day is I drive home and talk about work, and I can't really talk about work because that's my work, and talk about homeless people and bills, and it's the LA prepper random thoughts of stuff. And I'm trying to grow my channel, trying to interact with my subs. Like I told my coworker today, I'm just trying to fix like 10 things in my life all at once, like we all are. Little prepping, little home rehab, little worky work. Social life is kind of dog shit right now. I don't have it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to start hitting on girls in masks or something. But in the house, if you're still around, transfer over to the Wi-Fi, which always makes my stream do weird stuff because I have garbage reception at the house, sadly. So hold that thought. We're about to transfer to the interior. I don't have to fucking be like that. All right. Well, we're going to check out for now, but until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and keep prepping, people.